This is the start of a new series of videos that I'm doing reviewing every episode of the cartoon series Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Every episode of this series, I will review one episode of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The original Scooby-Doo series. So today we are going to be reviewing the episode, the very first episode of the series, What a Night for a Night. The episode begins with Shaggy and Scooby walking home from a movie that they watched. Along the way, they spot an abandoned pickup truck with a suit of armor sitting in the driver's seat. They go to investigate, but there's no one in the truck. So they go get the gang, and they all look at the truck together. They discover that there's a crate in the back of the truck with a label that says "Deliver to Jameson Hyde White," and a letter nearby instructing the professor to deliver the armor to the county museum. So they take the armor to the county museum, where they meet the museum curator, Mr. Wickles, who tells them of the legend of the Black Knight. The legend is that when the moon is full, the armor of the Black Knight comes to life. The gang leave the museum, still perplexed as to where the Professor Hyde White disappeared to, and why the suit of armor was sitting in the driver's seat of the truck. Scooby pops up to reveal he found some strange glasses at the museum. After doing some research at the library, they realize that the glasses must have belonged to
Professor Hyde!
and that he was there at the museum, then there's still a mystery to be solved. They go back to the museum, where they try to break in by having Shaggy swing in through a high window. Once everyone is inside the museum, they split up. And of course, Scooby needs to be bribed with Scooby snacks.
Would you do it for a Scooby snack? Okay, 2 it is.
The gang is split up, with Freddy and Daphne in one group, Shaggy, Velma, and Scooby in the other group. Shaggy gets separated from Velma and Scooby, and Velma, of course, loses her glasses.
Now look what that dog did. He knows I can't see without my glasses.
While encountering the Black Knight, Velma mistakes the Black Knight for Shaggy.
You sound terrible. I told you to take care of that cold. Lucky I brought your medicine.
Eventually, the gang discovers a hidden room in the museum in which it appears counterfeit paintings are being made. The gang think they're close to solving the case, but then the Black Knight chases them again. Hijinks ensue until Shaggy and Scooby, while hiding inside a biplane, accidentally turn it on and go flying. They eventually crash into the Black Knight, which they then unmask to reveal the sheriff comes to arrest Mr. Rickles and the other workers in the museum who are in on the counterfeiting scheme, where the gang sum up the thought that Mr. Rickles and his men were swapping out paintings in the museum for counterfeit ones. And they had to abduct Professor Hyde White, because he was the only man who was smart enough to be able to spot the counterfeits. However, there was still the mystery of what happened to Hyde White. Scooby then discovers that Hyde White was being kept underneath one of the displays at the museum. Hyde White then explains the rest of the mystery to the gang, that Mr. Rickles got to the train station when Mr. Hyde White arrived and got into the armor before being loaded up onto the pickup truck. And that's when Mr. Rickles was able to capture Hyde White. The episode ends with Scooby-Doo donning the armor and scaring his friends before lifting up the helmet, looking at the audience, and signing off with his signature Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo!
Overall, this was a fun episode and a good first outing for the gang. As a first episode, you get the show, you get the characters. Very likable and very well done. Overall, I give the episode a 7 out of 10. A very delightful first episode for this series. If you like this series, be sure to like this video and leave a comment in the comment section down below telling me what you like about Scooby-Doo. I will be covering every single episode. So of course, next time we'll be covering episode 2, A Clue for Scooby-Doo. Until then, have a great day. So long.